What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another study hall here on TCGU University for the card game UniVersus. My name's Tam, and I'm joined by
James.
And Tyler.
My name is Div.
What Study Hall is for the unenrolled is we've taken a bunch of your guys' UniVersus topics as well as some of our own, and we sit down and we discuss them for your amusement, entertainment, and knowledge. So, with that said, a little bit of housekeeping before we jump into it. Guys, we are back from Worlds, which means we're going to be starting back up our Campus Championship Series. We're going to be recording, at time of recording, the next Tuesday. It's going to be live out on Twitch, and I'm going to try and get it live out on Facebook and YouTube as well. We're going to push the new system because we should be able to multi-stream. So
Sure.
we're going to throw it out everywhere for everybody. And so we would love for your support. If you can't catch the live stream, that's totally fine. You can catch them all out as matches, individual matches, and deck profiles on the YouTube channel later, youtube.com/TCG University. If you like the content, you can also go to Facebook, YouTube, and patreon.com/TCG University, respectively, and go out and support it. Just like all these peeps on Patreon. Adrian Dang, congratulations on your tops, buddy. Clay Cardwell, Jay Rogers, Jarrett Hubbard, Jerome Weeks Jr., Justin Farst, Kat Maria, Lucetia, Samantha Stevens, Teodoro Ruiz, Tyler Zane Pease. Big shout outs, guys. Thank you so much. Our sponsors are Cards Custom Build and Inked Gaming, but we'll get to that later. Guys, how's your week in UFS been?
Bad.
Why bad?
Because I lost a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah. If we're talking Worlds, I lost a lot.
Yeah, we'll
get into that more later. But
yeah, for sure.
I also built 2 decks.
There's a pen
So
right
those
there.
are-
You want to grab that for me?
I also built 2 decks.
What'd you build?
I built Rimulus, and I built Selinka. Because Worlds had a new Foundation promo that they handed out to everybody. That deals with
It's neat.
7th cross characters. So
I think deals with a lot of shit.
Sure, but like specifically has a 7th cross enhance on it.
Oh yeah,
A
as
response on it.
I think the enhance is nuts too.
It's fun.
Stacking
So
3 Akumas seems crazy.
Seems crazy. Seems
Needs to be tested.
Crazy.
So like with
Needs to be
the 3 dot, you get to play characters because you can ditch characters for 6 damage.
You're right.
So you get to play extra
You're right.
characters. And do
No,
cool
you're right.
shit. Like that's what I want to test.
So you built Remy and Selinka.
yeah,
Which one are you more excited for?
Selinka.
Selinka?
Yeah. Rimulus is fun. It seems like a lot of fun to have like +6 to your check to play attacks. But it's like, I'm sure if the deck got improved a lot more, it could maybe be tournament ready to like go and top at an event.
Okay.
Probably would not win.
I think Selinka's insane.
Yeah. Selinka, I think, has a much better chance. Especially now that gauging is a little bit easier,
Mm-hmm.
and I can gauge on any attack. So, like,
I mean, she's already won a PTC.
yeah.
And you built on a good first.
Yeah. Good or death, I think, is just the answer.
I can't wait till we figure what that answer is. Figure out what that answer is.
I think the answer is, does Totoro Brothers get banned? If not, death may be the answer. If so, then good's 100% the answer.
Death is a really fun symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. Jeff, how about you, man?
I played at Worlds and did average.
Average?
Yep. I had every single matchup ended at 8-7-1.
That's very average. That's a little... hold on. That's a little better than average.
A little bit.
It's a little better.
I would still just call it average though, because
51% is not half. Just saying.
all right, but one event. Okay, if you separate it,
Yeah.
one event was 4-1-1, one event was 3-5, and one event was 1-1.
Oh, that's right. You played in the side event, too.
Yeah.
How was your first Worlds?
Man, I was disappointed with myself.
Why were you disappointed?
Because I know I've said this.
Yo, what up, Tyler?
You guys have heard this, but I swear, I played the most intense defense that I could, and it just never mattered. I could not put together an attack turn at all. So it just frustrated me that I could do all this to stay alive, and it wouldn't matter. Yeah.
I think we should practice with try to test out some lower builds for you.
So
What if I gave you 5 cards? You got 5. No, that's too many. That's too many. What if I give you 3 cards a month when it came to like practice, and anytime that we like tell you no, don't do a thing, you could just like whip out one of your cards and be like, all right, I demand you do this. All right. This is the homie pass, right?
Where like I call you to do something stupid to try and help you, or
Yeah. I think we should cut this deck down. I don't know, man. It's feeling really good at the 67, 68.
well,
homie pass.
whoa.
I demand you test with this.
67, 68. Do you know how much was it? How many cards were in that at a 9 deck?
How many?
it was 69.
It was.
It was 69.
I swear I cut like 13.
Or is this like
cards from your
70?
deck.
But like
I swear I cut like. I guess there was the 7.
So
But, like, I
if you
swear-
cut 7, if you
But
cut
I mean,
13
like-
cards from the deck, it's exactly the 40, 50, 59.
56?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
Yeah, okay. So
yeah.
you're
I was right. I was right.
Right.
I was right. I was like, man, I felt like I cut a lot of cards from that deck.
But not like give you a pass and be like, I demand that you play test like this. Just give it a shot and then tell me how it is. 3 a month.
3 a month.
3 a month.
Man, I'll probably use those within like the first week.
Hell yeah. We in?
You've never
Hell
listened to
yeah.
me anyways, so.
You get
What?
No,
I
I
get-
have
I know, I
3
mean-
times. I have to.
it's a veto. It's a literal veto.
Yeah, it's like actually you have to do this. I think everybody should get one of those. Everybody gets 3.
I'm into it.
Yeah?
I'm into it.
I'm going to see.
Tyler, I'm using my first one. You have to play a fucking game with me.
Sure.
Hell yeah. Down to 2.
Maybe not
baby.
today, but
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm trying to remember if I have 12 blank UFS cards, and I think I only have like 4. I was gonna see if I. No.
So few. That's so few.
4 blank, like
It's
white
Man,
backs.
do I have 12? I think I only have 4.
Well, like I'm
It's
trying
such
to
a
remember because
big
like I have a
difference.
bunch, but like I don't know if it's. I don't remember if I like only got a playset then got rid of the other ones, or if I have more than that.
You know, they could just like be imaginary. They could.
I was
they don't
gonna
have to
write
be-
veto on them.
Oh, you're just gonna ruin the
Yeah.
really cool blank cards.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
So you were
write
disappointed
veto on
because
a
Actually, we
of-
should just go to Kinko's and get some.
What a good idea. Or use your imagination.
Would it be? All right.
I mean,
I'm into it.
using
I'm into it,
using
James.
a UFS card to do it, I think it'd be sick.
I don't know about that. Maybe just like a fucking
Well, UFS is
business,
dead.
business card or something.
Yeah, so why does it matter?
Sure.
Actually, never mind. If UFS
Yeah,
is
that's
dead,
what I thought. That's what I thought. So disappointed just because of like the defense aspect, or what about the event proper?
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, I like that. Just learned so many things. Like the side event on Sunday, I learned that I have to like. I mean, I already kind of knew this, but like fully set it in stone. Like I have to be like constantly like quicker. Like I lost that match because I
Timed out.
yeah.
You of all the people that I play with, you are the slowest player. You're very even sitting down and watching you play play Hearthstone today. Like I was ready for you to like just to, like click through all the things. Like I just glance and we don't see any Murlocs in the Hearthstone lineup. We're just like, all right, fucking clear them out. What are you looking at? What are you doing? Why are you wasting all this time? Yeah, I give you guys 60 seconds. I want to be done in 20. I got 40 seconds of doing nothing to do.
So, and that's another place where I think practice would help because like
I agree.
practice you just like learn lines so you don't have to think.
Asterisks. Big asterisk.
I think you should learn to think faster, not learn not to think. Learn to think faster.
I think that's the
Making
right
making
answer.
the decisions quicker, rather than choosing not to make the decisions and let it just fall. That's what I do. And don't do that.
My weekend was really, really good because it. Hey, buddy, do you want to come take this? Do we want to pause the podcast? Is that a thing we can do? I mean, we're live. Tyler, the editor, are you cool with pausing
yeah,
it?
we can.
I'm gonna get through my story, and then we'll jump in. Before we jump into Worlds, we'll pause. So go sit down. I'll talk to you in a second, Skylar Joyce. My weekend was fine. I got top 4 in teams, but I didn't do any of that. It was my
suck.
teammates significantly. I'm going to play on this map for a little bit just because of the power of friendship and anime. But in my 14... In my entire run through teams, both Friday
He played
and
16
Sunday,
games. He played 16 games.
I checked 14 twos. I played Sacrifice as a form 2 times. And it didn't get me
I
anywhere.
told you the night before,
Mhm.
just side him out.
That's what I did. That's
And did you win your game?
that. No, so I sided him out. I sided him out game 2, and then I didn't see an attack turn. Like I left him very little, and I was missing 2 attacks on my deck, so I put him back in, and of course I checked him. And so like,
Maybe take out 1 instead of 2.
so the craziest thing is like in game 3 versus Phil Birch. Big shout outs to Legendary sponsored player Phil Birch. In game 3, I'm going first. I open a hand. It's not playable. I put it back. I draw. It's 4 foundations, sacrifice, and a action. So good. Holy cannoli, it's so good. Play foundation, checks. Play foundation. There's a 2. All right, go ahead, Phil. He builds 5. I'm like, all right, cool. Draw an attack, draw an attack, draw an attack. I'm just like, what the fuck? He's like, ooh, wow, punted, huh? And honestly, I actually think we could have won this whole event if I didn't get unlucky there and Mike Lowe didn't have
Nuttiest.
unbelievable luck, like the craziest amount of luck, and then
He's called a bluff.
What?
Wait, he called the chance.
No.
Playing those attacks in game 3? Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
He played an attack, and off his first check, he checked Owl Shield to give him the
How is he
extra
playing?
2 damage. It's either 1 or 2.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean,
Why are they playing so little?
Me
You're
neither.
playing
I
Cassandra.
don't understand.
I'm upset now more than at that.
Anywho, no, but he just got super lucky, and he was able to accidentally put 20 damage on the board. And Tim,
Oh yeah.
Sam Tate piloting Tim, I'll refer to as Tim from now on. Tim tried to block the Nutcracker that was going to do 10, checked to 3,
Yeah.
and then it failed.
And then he played a second
And then he
one
played the Astaroth throw
that you can't partial.
that you can't partial.
Yeah.
And so he just took 20.
Yep.
And that's how it was. It was a turn 3 versus Sam was playing an amazing match the whole time. It was like really good back and forth UniVersus. It was super, super fun, super, super rad. And then because I got frustrated in teams, I decided just to switch my deck to Tim Keefe for singles, just to like have fun, have a blast, enjoy myself. And I lost round 2, and so I was out of the tournament. But that was fine. I enjoyed just gatekeeping the rest of the day, just beating people to make sure they didn't top, just being the real dream crusher. You know, got to be the antagonist a bit. It taught me a bunch, and we'll get into that a little later whenever we get done with Worlds itself, the Worlds recap. How about you? How'd you do in Worlds?
I technically went 7-6-1. Sounds about right. 8-6, 14, 7, 6, 1. Yeah. 7-6-1.
Sound like Rain Man. 8-6, 14, 7, 6, 1. Definitely good record. Definitely.
So like,
Isn't it 7-7-1?
no, we had 14 rounds. Oh, I mean, like, yeah. I'm not counting the other event because, like, I cut your 68, 69 card
Nice.
and 9 deck down to 56 and then played that for the side event and checked nothing but 2s the entire game.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, right? I never saw a Rose Mystique in the side event. Every time I would look at the bottom of my deck, like the last 10 cards had all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Every single time. Except for the game 2 where I won, where I saw one of the Rose Mystiques. And then we won that game.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But like other than that, like I went 4-4 in singles playing Amy. One of my matches was just ungodly terrible. He had 2 Toguro Brothers, 2 Demon Realm, both games. And then out of those 4 cards in the second game, drew him a bang to turn off my character, which I left him at 4, so that kind of sucked. I did have all my characters though.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then the other 3, I barely lost all 3 of those matches. I don't remember who I played. I have the notebook upstairs. I didn't grab it. What a baddie. But I lost 3 of those games. 2 of those were if I would have checked a 5 on my last card, I get to play the 7 diff for free from my hand and win the game for free because there's nothing they could do. And both times I just checked a 3 and it's just like, okay. And then the other
How many attacks are you playing?
22. Deck was 64. And
Okay.
I'm playing 8 actions and 1 asset. Wasn't too bad.
Cool.
And then I left Sam Tate at 1 in round 1. Just left him at 1 in game 3 and just backswing happens.
He's not allowed to use his character.
He's not.
Yeah.
He didn't. He chose not to. I
Yeah,
was a little upset.
Yeah.
I think that character should have said,
You have
those
to?
characters commit, you both burned one. I think that would have been fair. I mean, that character's really fair, but actually, he has like 32 health. He has so much fucking health.
He's got a lot of health.
Then teams, we went. I went 3-2-1. My one draw helped us win a game. Helped us win a match. That's the best part. So technically, it kind of went 4-2-1.
Hell yeah.
4-2. Yeah. We came in 9th as a team, so like, that was pretty sick.
Congrats, guys.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were that close.
Yeah. You should have.
Oh, that's right. That's
yeah.
That's right.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You winning Swiss by 1 point cost us 8th place by 1 point.
Dang.
Yeah, you should have got second.
Nope.
You
What if we would have won Swiss by 2 points?
Oh, well, then we lost by 2 points. So the difference between me and ours and Keenan's team was 1 point.
Oh, okay.
Their tiebreaker was
And so
you.
what you're
Our
saying
tiebreaker
is-
was second place.
So what you're saying is if we would have, in the perfect world, if we would have dropped down by the 1 point and we'd have gotten second,
Yes.
you guys would have jumped into
Eighth,
eighth?
yes. Because
Okay.
your 1 point carried the 1 point for Keenan's team to be above ours.
Okay.
Because you were their tiebreaker, and Ben Lambright's team in second was ours.
Neat.
Yeah.
Don't
Dang.
do so well next time.
Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, got me.
Solid douche from off the camera.
Yeah. Before we jump into the
Other than that, I
actual
didn't feel like I did
event
bad.
itself, because there's so much to talk about.
There's a lot.
We're gonna take a small break for us. It'll be 2 seconds for you guys, and we'll jump back into it. Okay, so Worlds proper. My questions are the basics. How did you like the event overall? Was it ran well? Did you like the prize support? Yada yada, so on, so forth. Jeff, how this as your first Worlds did it live up to the
How many
hype?
topics do we have?
3.
In case we need a fourth. In case.
Yes.
Also, be post show. Yes.
Yes, asterisk.
Where's the asterisk coming from?
I wish, just in a general sense, that I would have had more practice. Like, it's so strange that there's got to be a way, right? Like, it was my second big event, my first major. Like, I guess that's what I should take away from it, is that I did all right at my second.
I
Like,
think you did great.
right. So,
Tyler or Skylar, excuse me. Could you look up on my Facebook? Open up a new page, a new tab, and you're gonna have to figure out how to make it work. There's a go to the search bar and type in Meta Maniacs, META. Perfect. They're a new page to the game for UniVersus. They got demoed at Gen Con. If you scroll down, there'll be a pie chart of everything, of all the characters that were
Keep going.
of all the character breakdown. Scroll back up for me.
That one right there.
Click on it, and we'll be able to see like the pie graph, and we might be able to. Do you know how to?
Yeah.
Do you know how to put that onto the stream?
you can just use the internet shot, right?
I think you should be able to. Go back to Streamlabs. Realize I can't see the Streamlabs page at the moment.
Ooh, fancy.
Good internet. Anyways, you guys keep talking.
Oh, we could just cut this out.
True.
So
Now this is content.
yeah, so just more practice.
Do you think you should be saying better practice? That's kind of what I was thinking. That like we didn't do good enough practice, because like Tam said, you practice against him
I think
more than anybody else.
I think actually it's both. I think it's better practice and then just more of it.
Okay.
Can the people see that? Oh, hey, look at that. That's cool. All right, cool.
Totally. I don't know if they can actually. Man, that's some really small text.
It is small
That
text.
worries me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I zoomed
Well, yeah, that it hasn't zoomed in yet there yet.
Oh, okay.
Fair.
Um,
Cool.
suck my balls.
And then
Okay. We need a fifth mic for him.
Yeah.
and then yeah, I don't know, like
Now it's all zoomed in.
maybe we need to find I have a feeling that this will be a problem. Like maybe we need to find a like brain training exercise for me or something.
For playing faster.
Yeah,
Give you a chess clock.
it's a good idea.
I've been wanting one. I've been wanting one for a while.
I mean, I feel it should exist here too. So,
Did you read the post? That anybody can see.
no, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
So what about the rest of it? How was did you enjoy the side events? Did you like the way that Jasco handled the tournament proper? Like anybody.
Actually, all right. So the side event bothered me a little bit, only from a really greedy standpoint. Okay, so they're handing out 4 random packs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got 4 shit ass packs, dude.
Yeah.
Like a real, like not even
Yeah, I
anything.
got 2 Seventh
like,
Cross, a Mortal Kombat,
is-
and a first.
I think
Calibur.
everyone needs to get the same 4 packs. I
Yeah,
don't
I got
care
good
if they're
packs.
random.
Mhm.
Like you can still like choose 4 random packs, but they all need because like my opponent or my I think my opponent and the guy next to me got like I didn't get a single Mortal Kombat pack.
Mortal
Like
Kombat pack wasn't good, so it's okay.
I saw the guy across from you got Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Like,
that feels like ass, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You don't. I think I also got a Street Fighter. Like I was like, why?
I got good packs. So
Must be nice.
That's
you also got a
that's
first
such
round
a
bye.
like that's also like a nitpicky thing, but like
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And at the same time, they got to get rid of those packs, so you got to be the sucker to do it.
yeah.
You weren't playing for the packs.
No.
We were playing for the giant card.
Yeah. Speaking of which, giant card, hype, not hype.
Giant card was cool.
James likes it.
I wanted.
Was
to
it
accept
was it a cool way
Oh, definitely.
to announce the
First-
character?
Yeah, and for side events too, it's sweet.
I agree.
And they like cut sheets to uncut sheets, which is pretty sick for the side events.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Andrew Dang for winning 2 of those apparently.
Dang.
1.5 because he gave the other one to
He gave
somebody
the
else
other-
for a
yeah,
different price.
He traded it, but
Yeah.
like
Dang.
he still won both of them.
Right.
Why didn't he give it to us? We could put it on the set.
Because we didn't have anything to trade for.
You've
I
gone
believe
right
he
there.
got the Street Fighter stuff for it.
Oh yeah.
You get the new Street Fighter. DLC.
Dang.
Yeah, you trade the Street Fighter DLC for it, except for like I think it was like one character because somebody wanted the character.
How'd you like the event?
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
They, besides the fact that it went until like 2:00 in the morning or
Yeah.
whatever, because rounds took like
That's why
every
I saw
round
8.5
ended.
for me.
and we still went like a half an hour past time every single round.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of sucked, but that wasn't really something that they can control until they implement a new rule.
Yeah.
That's like you have 10 minutes after the time is called. After that, it's a game loss or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure they will be. They
They needed. To do
we
something.
heard them
We'll get to it.
talk about it briefly, like just
You had the craziest accent when you said the word talk.
yeah.
You were like,
Okay.
you gotta talk about it. And it was sick.
damn.
I got so flustered.
I've only lived in Nebraska my entire life. I don't know why. But yeah, so
They're gonna need to do something about it.
until they implement that, that's not really a problem that they can like control.
I'm gonna interrupt you real fast.
Yeah.
Can you give me a scale of 1 to 10? How was the event? 10 being amazing.
Timmy, the best it could possibly be.
Yeah.
I'll say
Go
8
with
while
like
you're
a 7.5, 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
All right. Finish your thought and then give me the rating.
thinking. Yeah, no, it was just good. I give it an 8.
An 8.
Yeah, the 2 promos that they hadn't revealed ever that they handed out was real cool too.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
like that a lot.
Yeah.
Also, the new characters, the new hollow characters that they handed out. Not new characters, but the new foiling of old characters that we didn't have foilings for.
Yeah.
They gave out, which was also very cool.
I like that. It's a sneak peek for what the next Premier Store event prizes are going to be.
Yep.
Good stuff. How about you, man? How was the event?
I would say 8 as well. I think the event was great. The 2 downsides I have are obviously time. I wrote it down here because that's
Mhm.
one of the things I want to talk about.
Or we can talk about it briefly if we wanted to.
Just for like I'm more talking about like the Facebook post.
Do you think we
and-
can spend 15 minutes on that topic?
I think we could spend a good amount of time on the
All right.
topic. Yeah. Was time. I didn't like the way they did like the time in the rounds, where the timer was all the way up there on the other stage, to where like you could barely read it, or if you were unlucky enough to sit behind the pillar, you couldn't see it.
True.
I didn't like the fact of how I didn't like the fact that we were in an open area. I didn't like that. the open floor. I didn't like that. I think it's really hard to like hear things. Like you can't like have everyone quiet down and then tell everybody what you're trying to tell them. They need a microphone, and even in the mic with the it's not a microphone, it's the
Megaphone?
The megaphone. Sometimes you just couldn't hear anything.
Yeah.
And then despite the fact that it's really cool, I don't like the player bounty thing, but only for the aspect of nobody else could get that thing. It's not like they gave away, here's like 6 packs of like the most recent set. Here's a DLC pack that doesn't release for another 3 months. Here's a DLC pack that doesn't release for another 2 months. Here's all this shit that doesn't exist for like another 4 months that no one else can get their hands on, and you have to be lucky enough to face one of these players in this random ass round and beat them.
So here's my gripe with that, because I actually think that's the coolest thing that happened this weekend.
Really cool,
I think it's the coolest thing that happened this weekend because it was paying back for playing the game, because it wasn't for this event, it was for last year. It was congratulations to last year. I think there's a little bit of an execution error when it comes to that, because man, how awkward would it have been if Jacob Johnson just didn't go. What happens when Aaron Cook can't make it last minute? What do you do for the bounties? They just don't exist. All five people just randomly can't go. We just don't do it anymore. What about that?
Yeah, but where's the tie-in for like the other people? Where's the fair tie-in? It's like if you lose 6 packs, everyone can already get. I don't find it to be that big of a deal.
It's also not hype. Like that. The thing that you're saying is just not nearly as hype as the thing that they did.
Oh, I get how cool it is, but like nobody else gets that chance. You have to be that one random person in our 150 player tournament to face this one random person in a 8-round tournament randomly.
So it's not really random.
It's not about the person playing it. It's not about the person playing it. This is Jasko saying,
it's about
"Hey,
2 people.
It's about one person. It's
Also,
about one person. They didn't hand it to 2 people. They handed it to one guy, and then said,
Don't lose.
Hey, you better not lose, top player. You better not lose." They could have just been like, "Hey, every round the top 5 players get a thing." Would that have felt better? Would that have made you feel better?
I think it would have been actually, because like it's so like
It's just not hype.
it's not hype, but like the issue is just like, why would you give something to somebody and then take it away? They made top 5, and you're gonna say, "Here's this really cool thing. Thanks for playing our game for the last entire year and doing really well. Don't lose this match or you lose it all."
So they're not really.
I mean, they have a bounty because they have they have a bounty.
So
right, like they.
So what you're saying is they have everything to lose.
No, so they're not really giving it to them because they're saying, "Hey, you're now fighting for this thing."
I have to check this.
Right?
You're good. You're still recording.
Okay, so they're saying, "Here, you're fighting for this thing." Nice.
All
Fucking
right.
nice.
I think you're talking about bounties.
There it is.
I
We're back.
know where we're at.
By all means.
Continue.
So we're back in it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry about that. James fucked everything up.
I don't think that's true.
Totally true.
I think it was a collaboration between both me and James.
Hate me forever.
James fucked everything up.
It was both of us.
I gotta do something real quick. Sorry.
As I was saying,
Is it going to be funny?
so they're not
Only to me.
okay. So they're not giving them these bounties and saying, "All right, we're taking them away if you lose." They're just saying, like, to the 5 people that they gave them to, it's, "Hey, if somebody beats you, they get this. If they don't beat you and you win the whole tournament, then just go undefeated, then you get to keep them. Cool, good job."
I mean, that's what it really is, right?
It's their, if somebody beats you, they get this. If not, then you get it. But they're not really.
So it's just
They're not necessarily
these
getting
5
anything?
people. These 5 people get lucky enough to either get a bunch of free shit or lose all that free shit.
I mean, no.
Because they'll get, even if they're at the bottom tables, they're gonna get that every single round.
Sure, that's
Right.
fine.
Which means
But
they have the possibility to.
these are the 5 top players in the game currently.
and the reward is to maybe lose something they could have been given.
Sure, but like
I
these
think
are the
it's-
5 top players in the
okay.
game, so like it doesn't. They're getting something no matter what. I'm sure that Jesco actually just gave them one for themselves and said, "All right, now if anybody beats you, you get to keep these. They get to get one of these afterwards, or not. I don't know. I don't know if they told us or not.
As
So
far as I
Jake-
know, they give them at the beginning of the round. They went, "Here you go. If you
Here's
lose to
8.
this guy, he gets this."
So here's 8 of them. Is that
Nope.
what it was? They're just one.
Every
The-
single round, they gave them to the 5 players.
Okay, well then that's still fine.
It's
So-
not, because then the other
All right,
100,
so hold up.
the other 140 players didn't get the chance to vote for
Sure,
that.
but then do good. If you do good, then you're gonna probably
that's
face
not guaranteed.
If you're gonna do good, then you're probably gonna face one of the 5 top players that are gonna be near the top.
Maybe.
Sure.
And then you're going to take a prize away from them that they could have been given.
But if
for
they're
doing
not
well.
gonna get,
What?
but they don't
Exact-
need
but they're-
8 of them.
What?
They don't need 8 of them. They
They're
need
not
1.
8 of, every single round was a different item.
Okay, that's fine. It's still fun.
So I guess like here's the trade off. Okay. I could totally see how you could feel unfair. Did you get a chance to fight against one of these people?
No.
Did you get a chance to?
no.
Did you get a chance to?
No.
I also did not.
Yeah.
I can totally understand about you feeling left out.
I
But
think it's
I-
unfair to the people who to the top 5.
What I think what I think matters here is it doesn't matter about the top 5 players. It actually matters more about the other people, right? Because the top 5 players are going to be just like they're going to get that product either way. They're going to get
Yeah.
those things either way
Yeah.
because of their dedication to the game. What this actually is this is Jasco building a storyline for somebody who I saw on a post that there was a girl. So you ready? Without this bounty thing, which was once again the coolest thing at the event, sub from all the cool Takeda decks I saw. Of this girl learned to play the game last night, and she fought one of the bounty people and won.
Mm-hmm.
Won legitimately,
That's awesome.
and she got the prize.
That's really cool.
How great does she feel? On top of the world. How great of a story is that?
It's really
amazing.
cool.
The top 5 players, it's not there to reward them. It's not there for them. It's there so that they are considered bosses of the entire event. So that as you're doing well, you get to sit down and have this little extra pressure of, man, if as somebody who's not part of the top 5, if I do a little better, I get this cool thing. I get the story behind it.
That just
And
means
that's
there's 145 people voting for that one random spot.
All right,
Did
you're
you-
being
did
you're
you-
being extremely confusing right now, James.
not.
Is your problem?
My problem is that it's not
100
fair on either side.
Okay, well, all right.
So like,
So we just take it away.
I think it should have just been given to the top 5 players. If you take it, if you give them the item and like don't lose, and they lose it, they lost that item. But if you give the 1 in 40 people the chance to get the one item,
Yeah.
it's unfair to the other 140.
The rich get richer.
Yeah. Or
That makes sense to me.
you
Just give them to the top 1%.
just give them to the top 5. They deserved it. They played and won their entire year.
Totally.
And then first place are going to eventually get their uncut sheet of foil or whatever the deck they won or whatever shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or we could just make it way more hype and say that these 2 people play for it. It is only in round only in round 1 is it a random roll.
I don't think it's unfair to the top 5 either.
In an 8
If
round
you-
tournament, I think it's a random roll mostly till about round 6.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, because I don't think it's unfair to the top 5 people. Like, because you're not like. First of all, like Tyler said, you're not like you're just playing for it. But even if you did like give it to the
But
top
if they're
5,
just playing for it, then why don't the other 140 players get to play for it too? If it's supposed
hold
to,
on,
if
I'll
it's
get
just
there. I'll get there.
them playing for
Alright.
it.
So if they're playing, from the top 5 perspective,
Mhm.
right? They're playing for it. They're the top 5.
Mhm.
They're gonna win. Right?
Hopefully,
They're going to win.
it's not guaranteed.
It 90%
One of them
of the
apparently
time.
lost.
I'll go as high as like 95% of the time.
Oh, I just don't think it's true.
Who are the 5 people that had bounties?
Tyner, Shane, Jake,
Cook and Miles.
Cook, and Miles.
Sir. So half of them topped?
Mm-hmm.
Only half of them.
One
Nope.
went undefeated.
Sorry. All 4 of them topped. Miles got 16th and lost in top rounds. So 4 of the 5 topped?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
One went undefeated. One I think lost 1 game.
Right. Okay. And then even if they do lose, like Tam said, they're gonna get the shit anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that the benefit of like inspiring competition,
Then
like-
you're not inspiring competition.
How are
You're
you
inspiring
not?
competition at the moment.
exactly.
Where's the
I
inspire,
mean,
where's
what's-
the to inspire the competition for the entire rounds?
what?
Do
Oh,
better.
If you don't
it's
have
because-
to play
it's
against
because-
them, it doesn't matter.
It's because if that prize is there, they're going to be at the top, so you have to be at the top. It's for
you
every
already
round.
want to be at the top.
Sure.
Sure, but
So
I mean,
now
it's
it's
just
just
an
more-
added
it's just
thing.
Now it is just a cool thing for
It's
the
like a
people
cherry
that
on the
get
top.
the chance to do it.
It's literally just a bonus.
It is just a cool thing.
I think it's a dumb
Do you know how
thing.
many times I saw Shane Duckworth give his shit away? He beat the fuck out of them and
he
then
got
give
to
it
do
to
that
him.
though? He made that choice.
Yeah, because it was never about Shane or the top 5 players. It was never about them. It
But
was
I'm
about
saying-
this really neat thing that happened.
So what if somebody else gets the top 5 next year and it's not those 5 players?
that's great,
Then they get to keep it. They did good.
They get to
It's
make
their
the choice.
Yeah.
right?
On whether or not
Good job.
I think
you
this should.
fucked people up
I
all
think
year.
this should. I think this should be. I think this should be implemented in PTCs.
I totally agree.
I don't mind bounties. I think the problem is they didn't give them to the players. They went, here you go, fight for this.
That's fine. Be
Why?
good.
They did well for the entire year and got nothing for it. Nothing.
I mean, they.
But what the prizes for already being there was.
So
Well,
this
okay,
is
okay.
well,
So if they're
what they did get for it is the opportunity to have a guarantee to get this item, right?
It's not
A
guaranteed.
guarantee to have an opportunity to get this item.
I think
is
we're
what
gonna
I'm
have to
supposed
cut it here because we're actually just talking in circles, and
We
and
sure are,
I'm
but it's very
positive that the
frustrating.
3 of us are not going to change James's mind. Change
That's
James's mind,
impossible to do.
and we have already informed the viewers of this cool thing that happened. What else?
It doesn't change my mind.
What else about this event was so cool? What else about it was bad? What could
I think the
Jasko
side
work
events
on?
were cool. Like I said, I don't like the way they ran the floor. I don't like the open floor. It made it very hard to hear things. And then
I think that did bring more people to look at the game rather than being in a closed room.
We got so much to talk about.
I'd rather just be quiet.
That's because of your priority. You're there to play the game.
I'm playing. Yeah,
You're there to
doing
play the
something.
game.
They wanted something. Why not just have like a TV on the outside and a webcam facing the entire crowd of people playing, and just have that in the space?
I think they should have a
That's
separate
not
booth.
really doing anything. I think. Never mind. This is like a future. This is a future thing that they could implement later on. But that's whatever.
And they also need to fix the time rules. Playing 16 rounds of Swiss is not fun.
I agree. What was your rating? Scale 1 to 10.
And 8.5, somewhere around there. Mostly for the time rules.
I'm gonna start off with my rating. I'm giving it a 5.
Oh shit.
And not because the event was bad, but because when I closed my eyes, the event could have been so much more.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it could have been so much more. If they were willing, we could have had people run this. We could have had people been given white belt. People who are white belt status judges could have been running side events. We could have had side events firing off the whole time. If not, we should have had the stream up the entire time. Like that's just something that should have happened. There should have been a stream
Well, hold
for
on.
what was happening. I get that
cost
it was a lot of money.
Lot of money.
I get it's a lot of money. They could have just gone to Verizon and got a mobile hotspot instead, right? That would have not been $1,500 a day, right? And chat,
they said the mobile hotspots were not working.
Comments if you're wrong. Well, if they didn't work, then why did Legend Wolf have their stream the last day? Bueno literally used his phone for a mobile hotspot, so we could have figured it out.
They said the mobile hotspots weren't working.
We could have figured it
They
out.
were.
Maybe a little more planning. How is it that our game has My Hero demo decks and
Nobody was
everybody
demoing?
and their grandma was wearing a My Hero costume, and we didn't have a single My Hero character on a poster. We didn't have a single we had some demo decks. We didn't have anything happening.
We had no
I
demos
think the
going.
fact that the OP team was running 2 events at once. I think the timer was totally in the wrong spot. I think everything that if Jasko Jason during his top 16 announcement of singles
Mm-hmm.
at 2:00 in the morning
Right.
said, "Quote: Next year I expect us to have 600 people,
I don't think we hit that number.
600 people," and I shouted out back from the crowd, "We can totally do it." as long as you respect the game, Jasco. We can totally do it. We can totally do it. As long as Jasco dots their I's and crosses their T's. I went with Tim to go. Jasco said that there was going to be a stream, and then I went and skipped my entire Sunday after I got bopped from top 4 in teams. I went with Tim to go set up the stream from scratch. They have an entire office there, just big chilling. We easily could have had 3 setups in there streaming all of teams in UFS Play 1, UFS Play 2, UFS Play 3. And then everybody could have been watching every single game. Like, it could have just happened. Sure. Right? And so, here's the biggest miss. You ready? We literally had the voice actor of All Might there. If we could have gotten done in an appropriate amount of time, greeting heroes, this is your top 16 from the final UFS Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not me saying it. It's fucking All Might saying it.
Right.
What a missed opportunities. Missed opportunities. It's a 5. I think the tournament staff was fine. We did not have a single repair. We had one hiccup. We had one hiccup at the very beginning where I think they printed off the wrong sheet.
Yeah.
But like not an official repair. Times was a little long. I loved the side events. They were great, but once again, it could have just been smoother. Hey, literally, give me a box of product to take home, and I will run 6 side events for you. Done. Gave me $80, and that cost you fucking $5. Like you can do that.
Like, this isn't like a jab at any of them because like I know it's a lot harder than I want it to be, but like, where was the red belt test? The red belt test was supposed to be here.
Yep.
I talked to Fam about it afterwards because like we hung out with Fam, we played a bunch of Melee at the hotel and whatnot. But like,
big shout outs to Ryan Fam.
Yeah, and Andrew Dake, you came and showed
Dang.
up too. Yeah. But like I was asking him what happened to the red belt test. I thought we were supposed to take it this week. It was just like just a lot to get done. I just couldn't get it the way I wanted it to be for. I was just like,
I 100% get it.
I was just curious about whether or not we were going to get it or not.
I'm behind for TCGU stuff. Like, I get it. I get it. So my question is, now that I gave my dumb score of a 5 and I'm just a pretentious little bitch who hates the bounty system.
Right.
Sorry, I was projecting. What'd you learn? What was your big takeaway? Every time that you go to one of these events, you should just learn something, right? What'd you learn? What'd you take away?
Practice more.
Practice more.
Practice more. Practice it all. How about that?
I love it.
So that's a verb.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Can you expand on practice more?
Just like actually learn what's going on in the game right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have no idea about matchups or like what's good or what I truly needed in the deck. Like
Breaking Bed would have been the thing.
No.
It would have been the
No, it wouldn't have been. Like Astros asset 100% need to be in the deck.
Yeah.
Specifically for Living Pendulum. It could have just been in the sideboard just for if I face the Living Pendulum deck because that shut down my deck entirely. And then I played Sungmi Na, and Sungmi Na has a card in their kit that says when your opponent readies a foundation, do stuff. That a lot of decks ready foundations right now.
Yeah.
It is a very easy thing to do, and it is a hard counter to her. And like just being able to get a little bit of extra value out of them doing it is like real good. And we just didn't play the card in the deck.
Yeah.
It's like practice and knowing things will be a lot better for next time.
For sure. Jeff, how about you, man?
I learned. So I was actually feeling pretty good the week up until Worlds.
Yeah.
If you remember before that, I was feeling rotten.
Yeah.
I was lost in the sea of
Lost in the sauce.
Anyway, I learned that I still need to learn like how to play, basically. Like, not the basics, but like the very top, like, you know, I have 2 attacks. Is this worth attacking? You know,
You've got the mechanics down.
Right.
You get how to make control checks. You understand every
You
keyword.
got the basics.
You got to get the feel of the game. You got to get the
nooks and
minutia down.
Nooks and crannies.
Being able to find the risk reward of when do you go in.
Right.
Yeah, I dig that. Big thing I learned: bring a fun deck. Bring a third thing. If you're playing two separate things for teams and singles, bring a third thing in case you don't have fun, and just be able to go and have fun. The one reason that my weekend sucked was not because my weekend sucked, but was because I didn't have very much fun playing the 4-letter word game. I didn't have fun playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
If I would have had way more fun just playing Astaroth, and looking back at all of my matchups, I would have had a way harder day, But I don't know what my Astaroth deck does versus Kuwabara. I think it just loses.
Sure.
But like, it'd have been fun. It'd been a fucking blast. I'd have been a blast the whole time. And so like, don't be. I should have brought something fun. Like, you know who had a blast the whole weekend? Chris Bromley playing Mean Chi. And
Dude, his Quan Chi's really good.
it was cool, and it was cool as hell.
He used Xiang Mina to then give stunt 3 to his pea shooter, to then use pea shooter to increase its ratings.
Yeah.
Like, he was doing so much cool shit with pea shooter.
Yeah.
It was sick.
For sure.
I'm gonna give him a shout out on this because he also gave me a shout out during like a Facebook comment.
Yeah.
For my Amy deck, yeah.
That's cool.
We sat next to each other in the last round.
I wanted to go have fun, and I didn't accomplish that.
That's actually like a really interesting thing. Like, I think that maybe for events like this, we should put together like a binder, I want to say, and have like a grip of the commons are so hard.
Yeah.
But
And the commons are so good.
but something where you can bring some extra cards and like, if you see a cool deck in the tournament and you want to play it on side events on Sunday, you can put it together.
So like the thing is like none of us are carry-ons.
Right.
Usually-
No, I
usually
understand.
take a
I understand.
carry-on.
Right.
Usually
And
I take a carry on. So.
I think, but I mean, that's totally possible. We can do that. It's
sure.
not that
Usually I have
much
a bunch of
money.
decks with me.
Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. You're right.
I love carrying shit decks with me.
Yeah. And that's like the only thing that I learned. Right. It was like I should have played something fun. I should have brought something to have the choice of something fun. I
I mean, because
I thoroughly enjoy playing Jeddah. He's very, very fun to play when I'm sitting on this side of the table. But like I got so frustrated with him that I didn't want to play him on Sunday because of checking all those twos, and then I proceeded to turn around and check a bunch of twos. And so like it was not fun, and the point was to go and have fun.
because I got lucky that I did not want to play at 9 after Saturday. Well, partially because of how James butchered it, but also, so I
He
got
used one of his cards. It's fine.
I got lucky
Didn't though.
that Tyler did bring an extra deck, so I got to play Songmyeon. That was fun.
Mhm.
That was sweet.
You could have played.
Did you have fun on Sunday playing Vicious?
He learned
So I
something.
only got to play one game.
One game or one match?
One match.
Okay.
Sorry, one match. I did get 2 out, so it was kind of like only one game.
Okay.
No,
Sounds like two, but you just sucked.
did it
You
go
lost to
game
the
3?
same Lord Raptor. I
Maybe
lost
it did
to,
go to game
so.
3. I don't know. But yeah, it was
Shout out to that guy.
fine. It wasn't a great matchup, and I got a little unlucky, but it was fine.
Cool.
Hmm.
What'd you learn?
I think this game really needs a ban limited list.
This is a great
Segue.
chance to segue. I love this.
Segue.
Well, before we do that, though, we're going to take a small break to hear a word from our sponsors. Thanks, Tam, for shooting it over to us. The first sponsor of this week's podcast is InkedGaming.com. Are you looking to get a custom playmat? Well, then we suggest you check out InkedGaming.com. They have custom playmats, dice bags, mouse pads, and much more. Shot out of a cannon. James, what would you get on a playmat if you had to pick one right now?
7 Swell from America 7.
What is that?
It's like it's the aftermath of like them launching a nuke practically.
I love Nuke.
I love
I
nuke.
love Nuke.
Yeah.
Technically, it's like a reaction between like a robot and.
Well, you can get it. You can get it on a playmat. What would you get?
I'm changing. I'm Izuken.
Izuken.
Yeah.
What is that?
Stop!
New anime.
No.
New anime.
right now.
Yeah,
I've fallen in love with it.
is it really good?
It's
It
like
is.
Edda and Eddie the
It is.
anime.
So
It's
it
the
has
way
been
it's described
described
to me.
as if Ed, Ed and Eddie was an anime about three girls making an anime.
Wow. Well,
It is also made by the same guy that made Ping Pong the animation.
I'm super in. You could definitely get that on a playmat
sure.
with
It's Ping Pong the
inkgaming.com.
animation.
Spider-Man, obviously. They even recently added stitched options to their playmats and mouse pads as well. I've got a couple of these stitched playmats. They are exceptionally good. They're so good. Edges never fray, they never curl, nothing. So if you want to get 10% off of your order, please use the code TCG University, all caps, no spaces at checkout, and help support the channel by customizing your game to your style. In addition to Ink Gaming, we've also got Cards Custom Build. Are you in a cosplay? Looking to get in a cosplay? Or you want to show up to events dressed as your favorite character? Well, Cards Custom Build can help. Cards Custom Build creates everything from cosplay accessories like props, trinkets, or weaponry, all the way to full costumes, full stop. James, if you had Cards Custom Build making something right now, what would it be? It could be anything. Full costume or...
It'd probably be Weiss's weapon from Ruby.
Are you sure? Because he could easily make the gun from Gears of War. Easily. The big chainsaw gun?
There's a lot. There's a lot I would want.
Well,
Okay?
give me an example.
Yeah, you got the Gears chainsaw.
Uh-huh.
You got the Halo sword.
Uh-huh.
You got a bunch of things you could do.
He would do some sick stuff with a Halo sword. Just saying. It'd be real pretty. Tyler, how about you, man? What would you want?
Something from Steven Universe, I think.
Yeah?
You
Yeah.
get the Steven Universe shield.
The shield and the sword, or like Garnet's gauntlet.
Oh,
That'd be cool.
Those sound hype. Those sound hype. So if you want a cosplay made of perfectly flowing cloth or maybe a rigid battle armor, the new Mandalorian show just came out and finished. Season 2's coming out. He's an expert at making a bunch of nerdy Star Wars stuff. The work is guaranteed to make you the talk of the con. So go over to Cards Custom Build on either Facebook or on their Etsy account. Link will be in the description down below. Make sure to mention that TCGU sent you their way, and you will get 5% off your entire order. Back to the show. Thanks, Tam. Very informative. Hey, you have a thing you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so man, I'm pretty sure everyone feels the shield Big Bang, right? You feel it, right?
I didn't.
I mean, I played it.
I never got to play
deep in
it.
my
Feel
balls.
the power.
My balls.
Okay, so after that, I even wrote this down on a notepad at the hotel,
Solid.
and I left it there, but whatever.
You did. I saw
You wrote
as
it
I was
down?
checking out.
You wrote it down, but you remembered it. So like that, that's how it works.
And then luckily, we also received a post in the community NA from Tim's teammate Sam.
Your top 4 national champion.
And
Sam Tate.
he
Also got top 8. Top 8? Top 16.
He
Top
topped
8.
both events. Who cares?
Right. Top 16.
He topped both events.
he
Just read it. Read it.
Read the whole. All right.
Hey, man. Read it. We got time.
So it says something that often gets talked about after most majors, but I haven't come across yet, is talk of bans.
Bands.
I think a big part of that is similar to 2017 Worlds, where there wasn't much of a question. I'm curious as to how many people feel, or how people feel currently. I made a list of just commonly played cards. I don't necessarily think all of these cards are very bannable, but if any of them did get banned, I don't think it would entirely be entirely unwarranted. Feel free to add your own. It's important to note that stuff that gets banned isn't normally too good in UFS. It's stuff that promotes an unpleasant experience. Twinkle Murdoch got MRP errata because of how unfun it was to play against, not because it was winning every event. I think there is a lot of really cool and doable deck ideas, and especially characters that are held down really hard by one or two of the cards on this list, and if there was a ban of 4+ cards from Standard, I wouldn't be upset at all. Jasco has done a good job of MRPing things they haven't errated, and it wouldn't be weird to see any of these cards get an MRP, except maybe Tim Keefe too. That puts them in a less domineering position.
So pick a thing to get banned right now, and we'll see if it's on the list and the community agrees with you.
Togor Brothers.
Is it on the list?
It is.
Tagore Brothers?
It finally,
How many votes?
It finally is. It has 2 votes.
I haven't voted yet, so.
That's surprising.
So here's the thing I actually learned from this weekend. There's a lot of people who don't have a problem with Togoro Brothers.
Yeah. Like a ton. You know who, like the biggest advocate? Jeremy Ray.
Yeah, I heard that.
Jeremy Ray is just like, don't use your foundations.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Right.
I think it'd be better if like if it was-
Cool. All right.
like I
Hell
don't-
yeah, man.
So here's
Because
the
you're
thing
playing one of
I
these
don't
symbols?
disagree with him, but the problem is it's from hand. You never know if they have it,
Yeah,
which
that's
means you have to play an entire match without even looking at your foundation. You just play cards and put them down and go, "I'll play this attack."
Yeah,
Like it's a strategy, but like I think it's dumb. I think it's a dumb way to like.
I agree. I mean, the whole point was like it's so polarizing and no longer
It creates like a
you only get to play things that just like have like bad value.
yeah.
Right.
Like that's just how that's how I played my Lord Raptor match. That second game where I told you I lost because he drew both Togoro, both Demon Realms, and a random bang off
Yeah.
of one of those 4 cards.
Yeah.
Was I just built till I had like 14 and then went 2 of these say I pick up and I have 3 negates on my board. Let's see what you can do. He still got the bang and it mattered. But like I dropped him to 4. Like played like 7 or 8 attacks. Problem is like one of my big cards is a 2 damage attack. So
Is there anything else that needs to be banned? In your guys' opinion?
I still think Tim needs to get banned.
I'm gonna think about it in my head while I go down the line.
Sure.
5 votes for Tim
5
Keefe.
votes.
What about you?
Banned, man, just straight up banned.
See, like
I'm not a fan of
straight up
like
bans. I like
ban.
bans and limits.
Yeah, I don't.
Bans limits. Are
I know
erratas.
erratas are like
Can't do limits.
probably harder, but like I'd much rather things get errata.
I think the only bannable card is Tim Keefe 2. This is the only card that needs to get banned. Everything else should get on errata. Should be bang once per turn. Togoro Brothers or Shadow Slicers. Just say pay 2 for +1/+1, not +2/+2. And we're having a big. We had a big talk at work about Shadow Slicer and the fact that card. You think that card's silly for one reason. I think it's silly for another.
What's your 2 reasons? Give me them.
I think it's stupid because you can play it multiple times.
I think it's silly because it's a 6 high for 6 that you can play for multiple times. I think if it was a 4 high
That's
for
the same
4,
reason. Just
I think if it was a 4 high for 4, it's totally fine. How many times have you died to my opponent opening 4 shadow slices Syndicate slices and be like slice 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 slice?
never.
Never. That's all that card is.
I think it should say
But-
desperation.
But
I think that ability should be desperation. Lose 2 vitality. Give 2/2.
I'm down.
Because
Sure.
then it fixes the problem. You keep both things. You're able to play it multiple times still. But for the thing, because like that's what the card want. That's what you want to do with the card anyways. is play it
Scorpion's still
multiple
gonna
times.
beat your ass with it though.
Oh yeah. But like he has to get the desperation to do really really cool things. Until then, it's kind of like mitigatable.
Yeah.
And the card still does what they wanted it to do, which is remove a copy, play it again.
Yeah.
It's just not as impressive being a 4 damage attack until you get to desperation.
I think 6 high for 6 is the reason Shield Big Bang is an issue. Like if that card was also 4 damage, I think it'd be fine. But we're not allowed to change the hard numbers on the cards.
Yeah.
We just can't.
In my opinion, I think we need a limit list because like some cards are needed, but
Like
shouldn't be
Shadow
at four-
Slicer at 1.
but shouldn't be at like 4s. Like Togoro Brothers to me is a needed card, but the fact that
Well, like a
you
2 of?
yeah, like I think like a ban to like a
Limit to 2.
a limit to 2 would be fine.
I don't know.
Like it's still strong.
Limit lists are like one of the first topics we've ever done on this channel ever. And
Yeah.
my Miles said like we have that. It's called the unique keyword, but like it doesn't touch actions.
It doesn't touch actions.
Yeah, it doesn't touch attacks.
It doesn't touch attacks. Doesn't touch characters.
Yeah.
Like.
So like I
it works for foundations and assets, but like, what do you do about the cards that don't get limited by that keyword?
yeah.
Like so like my problem with Togoro Brothers is both of its abilities. It either draws a card and replaces itself, or it leaves the card pool, or it and it destroys or cancels. Destroys and cancels. There's an and there again. But like, I don't think it should draw a card. I would be fine if it didn't draw a card and it removed itself.
Man. All I want to do now, holy cannoli.
It's
all
given
I
a
want,
rated list.
all I want to do now is like as soon as you said that, I just want to play Void Tim Keefe with Togoro Brothers in Downward Spiral.
Yes.
Hey,
I know.
did you do a thing? All right, I'll negate it and destroy
Downward
it. We'll fucking toss it in the card pool. Man, I hope my next one just got real cheap. Downward Spiral. It's on a 4. Oh, look at that bastard.
Man, I want to put Cassandra on this list so much.
Cassandra?
I actually don't think there's a problem with Downward Spiral at all.
Actually, yeah. So like the problem I have with Downward Spiral is scales way too fast too early.
All right.
I thi-
I'm fine with that, except for Ben Ben Lambright. He was playing at 9
yeah.
That
That deck
and
was
he
nuts.
said he was we talked to him on Friday when we saw him,
when we played in
and
teams.
and he was like, Void is ass, and I totally agree. Void
has a
bad.
very early high cap.
It's very
Like
bad.
it hits its cap really fast if it draws the right card.
Yeah, it's a fast deck. Of the 12 symbols, there should be decks that want to win on 3. There should be decks that want to win on 10. Void is one of those symbols that if you can survive Void up until turn 7, turn 8, you're probably going to win.
Yeah, as long as you know how to deal with it.
Yeah, and I think the reason that Ed and 9 is so strong is because, and the Void Ed 9 list is so strong, is because even at turn 7, turn 8, there's very little you can do about discard 7 cards, take 30 damage. It's really hard to do. Like, it's hard to deal with that.
I think if they wanted to, they can errata Tim 3 again.
Timmy 2 belts.
Mm-hmm.
To say,
Tim 3 died, right?
No,
it's 2.
Two.
Timmy 2.
Okay.
3 is the one that you like.
it's the weird like asset one, right?
No, it's the speed more than damage.
Yeah, this is the one I did the cool combos with.
Yes.
I like cool combos. So like they can errata it to where like he keeps the ceiling thing because that's really me and you are both kind of. I'm on the boat now. Sorry, I'm jumping on your boat, Tam. Where like seal's the good part about that card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Seal's the best part. Holy shit.
Where instead they just change the
Take away the earth symbol.
I don't think.
It's a 2-symboled character like Garrett Brett now.
I'd be fine if they just left the seal and that was it. Took off the other ability, just left the seal. You have to play a real game of UFS, but you get to seal 2 things a turn. You still get to do the cool. You still get to do his best thing, but it's not as impressive because he doesn't get to just free play things.
What if, so like we did respond twice per turn. What if it was just once per turn?
I mean, like if you want to like, I don't feel like that'd do anything.
Because I think sealing something twice per turn is just not quite good enough.
Oh, you mean like if you? No,
I don't think it's quite good enough. It's not quite there.
I had
not quite there.
So my match versus Shane in whatever round. I think we were around like
9.
5 or 7 something. What?
It was in teams.
Yeah, some like round 5 in teams or something like that. I think he used his character ability twice once. Like he used it both times once.
Yeah.
In our entire match.
And you just kept sealing the good stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, seals is a good ability. But I mean, like, I don't think limiting it to one, his thing would matter.
See, the thing is like when it does matter, it will matter, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like so.
But like, you
how
have
many
to play
times
the entire matchup different
Yeah.
if you didn't have that ability.
You're
You
right.
have to
but,
plan that.
But from
And I
there,
don't think he would lose too much strength.
it takes away like what the person, and I understand that, like, I get that. I know the person who created this card. Like, I get that. I know Tim. We're best buds. We hang out every Friday.
You travel
you-
all the way to Rochester?
Are you?
We're no
jealous?
longer friends.
Are
Who
you,
cares?
Are you jealous? He
No.
doesn't live in Rochester. But when he designed a character to do a specific thing, and like the cards in play are the reason that the Earth symbol's not fair. Like the reason that Earth Tim is nuts and the other Tims are okay is not because of Tim. It's because of the crazy shit that Earth does. It's got a bunch of foundations that just don't count towards progressive, and so it says that when this thing doesn't count and you get +2 to your check, it actually says -3 to the check. Like, nutty.
It does a
Crazy.
bunch of things.
And so like there's all these things, but it doesn't have quite the feel of like what he wanted to do, because he wanted to play like a really honest game. He wanted to just be like, hey, I'll play this 4 diff and I'll play this 5 diff. My 5 diff is actually a 4 diff. Like that's what he wanted.
what if
Can we
they
make this really crazy static on it?
I was going to say, what if we put a static on that says all of your cards have to count towards progressive? So like since
That's
the
actually
morals and
better
all
than
that
mine.
have to count towards progressive. They always count. There's
That's
no
actually
way.
better than the
There's
one I
no
was
way
gonna
to
say.
negate that progressive. They will always count towards progressive. So even if you have like even for like the form of the
The fusion
enhanced,
refusal?
where you add in and says this card doesn't count towards progressive, since the static is still there, it'll refresh when the card state happens again.
Okay.
So it'll always count towards progressive.
All +1 on progressive seems real bad. Yeah, it seems real bad. It seems unplayable bad. I dig that, and I kind of wanted to go a step further and just say that like seal all static text on cards in your card pool. I think that will force you to not get
Yeah,
around.
but then you lose because you don't dark charge.
Good. Fucking good.
So like from like playing all this weekend and like watching everybody else play and whatnot, I don't think Dark Churchill's a problem.
Huh.
I think it shuts down certain characters. I think that's really lame. I think we need an answer to Dark Churchill for that situation, but I don't think Dark Churchill's a problem. I think we need more cards that flip things in the card pool.
Sure.
Flip blocks. I think flipping blocks would be cool. Honda would have a showtime in this format.
Nope.
You block, seal it.
I certainly tried to play an Honda deck. Did not work.
I'm just saying, like, the ability to seal a Dark Churchill is nuts. If you lose to one card and you just have the ability to go seal it. Like Unique Foundations is like remove after your opponent blocks.
I think if there was a power creeped cash grab version of E-Honda, yeah, he would have a place in the meta. I don't think E-Honda is the power creep cash grab version of E-Honda.
No.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
I mean, like, his abilities. Yeah. His abilities really
neat.
good.
Just neat.
Like, if we had like a Unique Foundation that removes itself. That's just like
Tyler,
after
what
your
get
opponent
banned?
blocks, seal it.
I said Tim.
Just him? You think everything else is fine?
No. I also think Takora Brothers needs to go. I think either.
If you don't say Shield Big Bang, you have a problem.
I think I never really got to play against Shield Big Bang.
We can fix that.
I understand why it is so oppressive. Maybe Gil.
All right.
But that might only be because of Shield Big Bang. That he is so oppressive right now.
That's a good question.
But I think he's still like a really, really good character. And I don't know how like you would errata him.
Gil?
Yeah.
Gain 1 life once per turn.
Real quick,
It's the force speed.
Just make his ability twice per turn as opposed to everything.
Sure.
So that on his big strings he gets to do it twice.
And on your attacks, he does it.
He does it.
twice
He's
as
got to
well.
do it twice, so he gets to pick and choose. It's not just like strap your helmet on tighter and play the E.
Yeah.
so Shield Big Bang has a total of 72 votes.
Image when you said that in my head.
Shield Big Bang has a total of 72 votes.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do you think is the top character listed?
Oh, it's probably Jeddah.
What do you think?
Cassandra.
What do you think?
Well, I know.
Oh, okay.
So.
It's Gil.
Yeah.
Gil's in second with 21 votes.
Just play things without keywords. Or with more keywords.
Mark Tyner's in fourth with
that
11
doesn't help
votes.
That doesn't help with the plus 4 speed.
Yeah, you're right. It does not help with plus 4 speed. And like the thing is like if you
Play more speed hate.
if you give the first two things in his card, if you get the first two attacks that you have plus 4 speed, then it's possible that the third thing that's trying to kill you is at base speed, and you can block it.
Right.
Right. And so from now, I have to actually pick and choose when I'm doing my enhances.
Sure.
Rather than just, like you said, strap on a helmet, press the button.
And there's some interesting ones down at the end. So
Well, my list is way longer than that one's probably. Gonna be.
I doubt it.
You think the one's long?
Do you have a problem with overly dramatic?
I have a problem with how much it touches things.
I think
don't
it
thi-
has.
I don't think
I think it's.
I don't think it should be able to cancel characters. I think it should say non-character.
I think it should.
I don't think.
I
so.
think it should. Just a check. Things are too free. That's like
Well,
something
that-
you
that is-
say.
That's my exact thing. If things are way
Right?
too free,
So why
Over-
wouldn't you
I don't
have a
like-
check for that?
I think
Why wouldn't you want a check for that?
you
Check
need
and
a
balance.
specific check. Why does overly dramatic cancel that? Cancel Shield Big Bang. Cancel. What?
Overly dramatic doesn't cancel Shield Big Bang.
Sorry, I'm Big Bang Shot.
Punch and Judy?
Punch and Judy.
Okay.
Big and everything in the
Nah, I get
words.
it.
It cancels some things that don't even do that. It cancel so like I don't like things that cancel things on a subsidiary effect. Like I don't like that protecting a protector can cancel Sophidia when it's a possibility I might commit something.
So
That's just how the game works.
that you have an issue with the game. You don't have an issue with the cards.
Right.
I have an issue with how much it touches things.
But if the word would and could didn't work the same way, if it worked like Yu-Gi-Oh, then it wouldn't.
It
For the
just
same
touches
reason,
everything.
that Stardust Dragon can't stop Snipe Hunter, because like would and could don't mean the same thing in that game.
I just don't like how much it touches everything.
I get it. I still think that would you put it on your list?
On my list,
Yeah.
not currently.
That's
no.
what I fucking
It's
thought.
not a problem. I don't think it's a problem right now.
We
It
got,
doesn't mean I don't like it.
We got Owl Shield with a couple votes.
I can see that.
Um,
I can understand that.
Only if Cassandra like exists. Do I think that card's an actual problem?
I actually think that card is totally fine.
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
think
guess
that-
like being able to block. More
I think it's
is,
it's nuts, but I think
nuts,
it's also
but-
fine.
Assets blow. Assets have blown. This is the only format that I've played in the past 3.5 years that I've ever seen somebody put assets in their deck willingly. We're playing 10 assets, even in decks that aren't playing Shield Big Bang. right?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
No, who's doing that? Please stop.
My Tim Keefe list ran 6 or 7, I think.
Wow.
And
That's
it was
why
great.
you lost.
No. It was great. It was super, super good. But like
Let's look at your ratios.
assets are meaningful at the moment, and like that card is super good, and it means that Jasco has printed a ton of asset hate, and those cards are blank when assets aren't good.
Yeah. I just understand the point of what
we're
why it's on the list.
we're so excited for Homemade Explosive to be back in the game. Half of that card says destroy an asset.
Well, I could care less about that. I like
but
the
like
draw
now,
card.
but now you do.
Oh yeah,
But now you do, and that is the point.
it matters. Yeah.
And I think it gives like the coolest character with that card. Honestly, like the coolest character with that card is Eva. Eva Under
sure.
Life.
It's Eva and Sophidia, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And if Sophidia's her card, supposed to be good.
Yeah.
Are we talking owl or
We're talking
owl?
Owl, the one that says blocks don't count towards
Oh
progressive.
yeah, definitely Eva. Yeah, I have.
I'll-
I have Sicily Scolded.
I'll half block this, and I'll draw another card. Oh, I get that. Here's another half block. I'll draw another card. Oh, my turn. I'll gain 10. Okay. like
I have Sicily Scolded.
like that's so neat, and that ability doesn't kill you. Like that ability says I don't die, so that I can try and kill you next turn. Maybe the check for the damage might have been a little too much. Maybe honestly, it's just existing and be like I can just auto block, but that's just value.
The check
That's
for the
us-
damage is only Cassandra.
Nope.
No. The check for the damage of the minus.
Oh,
or
it
the
does the
plus.
minus
the block
block.
modifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both should have been Cassandra.
I mean, maybe.
I think
but-
minus for damage is fine, or the check for damage is fine.
I think that card would still get played if it didn't have the damage thing on it.
I agree.
If you weren't able to play it, like if you were,
I agree.
If it was Cassandra only.
The thing about that card is it makes a check, right? I'd even be fine if it said like check of 4. Your next block doesn't count as progressive. If that was the way that it wanted to work, as opposed to the static.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still making a check,
Yeah.
and then my next block doesn't count as progressive.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm down for that.
Now I actually have interaction with it. I can revoke it. I can
Yep.
that's the only thing I can do to it, right?
Sure.
That's the only interaction. Nothing else says it stopping not counting towards progressive. Yeah,
Well, you could revoke it. Tagore Brothers.
sure. But I can trigger others the damage, so
You can make checks.
you can do that now. Anyways, anything else? Anything
What
else
is
that you
on that
guys?
list? What else is on that list?
You want me to read the whole list?
Yeah,
All
sure.
Yeah, sure.
We'll
So
catch
we got-
whatever's
We
cool.
got Shield Big Bang,
Yep.
Gil,
Get it.
Jetta,
Yeah.
Mark Tyner,
Yep.
The person,
the person,
Not the card.
correct?
Not out of
Doesn't
the
have a card
cards
yet.
Lord Raptor 2,
I get that.
Chicken Kick.
Chicken kick.
It's a really old card.
It's a legacy
it's
card.
a joke.
Oh, okay.
Shadow Slicer,
I get it.
Tim Keefe 2,
I get it.
Shinnok,
I think that one. I understand why it's on that list. It should not be on that list.
right? I agree. It's just another check.
I get why.
Another check.
I get why it's on the list, but like it shouldn't be.
Moonset,
Yeah, I get that one.
Shotgun,
It's free. Yep, get that one. It's free.
Owl Shield,
I get it. It's free.
Tagoro,
Get it. It's free.
Krita
Get it.
and Overly Dramatic.
Early game's way too good for that to be available to. I think that's just a 5-handers. That's where it is. The Krita Yuga ability to pick up should have been a 5-hander ability only. Because Killick is
You're
a
thinking
5-hander.
of Kali Yuga?
Oh, you said Krita?
Yes.
Oh. I also for Kali Yuga. I think that's how you fix Kali Yuga. I have a problem with Kali Yuga. for that ability.
I can errata every single one of these cards, and to be fair.
No, yeah. Let's do it right now on this podcast. Okay, so we got Krita Yuga.
Shield Big Bang once per turn. Gil, make him twice per turn. Jetta, erase the once per turn. Mark Tyner, ban him from all events. Lord Raptor 2. Maybe you take away the static, says Breaker.
A response once per turn to give breaker. He can once per turn give something breaker.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess. But it does mean that character's unplayable, so. Shadow Slicer, I'm cool with the Desperation. I'm cool with just giving it 1/1. Tim Keefe 2, we got to ban him. Shinnok, he shouldn't be on the list. He's fine. Just actually, just play a little different.
Yeah, playing different's the only way you beat that character.
Forbidden Moonset should bounce face downs. Spirit Shotgun should get errata to say throw. Owl Shield, take away the damage pump. Tagore Brothers should have the word or. Krita Yuga is fine. Play better. Play stun hate.
I think for like Moonset, it should also say 5-hander. Because the idea of why that card does that, it gives you momentum and bounces a card and evens a match between a 5-hander and like a 7-hander or a 6-hander.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of the card,
Right.
is to even the match.
Yeah.
So bouncing them a card back. as just a 5-hander.
Yeah. I'm not in love with it though.
I don't like the idea of just what'd you say?
I don't know what I said.
Face downs.
Face downs.
I said face
I
downs.
I don't think it'll matter.
The thing is like, the best part about
Or committed.
Kalyuga is, Moonset is like, oh, nice low block. Pew, put that back up in your hand. You're not blocking my thing, and I debuilt a ready foundation.
But
as opposed to, hey, I don't remember what all your face downs are.
Yeah.
It'll be that one. Maybe it was a high block, maybe it wasn't. It still debuilt you the one, and
but
it
if they don't
actually
have face
just
downs.
what?
What if they don't have face downs?
Don't get to use
And
it.
you don't get to
That's
use
sick.
Then that card doesn't do anything. It
Exactly.
doesn't
Perfect.
function.
That's great.
The card still needs to function,
but
No.
but
you still need to be able to play it.
It is functioning.
I have a
You
question.
can
I have a
play
question
it.
for you.
Yeah,
I have a
sure.
question for you. Think back hard
Yeah.
in your Amy deck that was running almost no foundations.
Yeah.
How many cards said enhance flip?
I don't know. Not many.
Enough?
Probably.
Perfect. I'm interacting
But
with
you
you
draw it on
interacting
turn
with the game.
2 and try to build yourself a momentum.
Crazy. Now that card is like not doing everything in the game. It's touching
That's
a
why
very
I said it should have only
specific.
been a 5-hander thing.
Sure.
Well, like
Because
you
like
just
if
put-
it's a
then-
5-hander
then-
thing, you still do the thing the card is meant to do.
And now
balance the game.
every character that's not a 5-hander just doesn't play that card.
Yeah.
The ultra rare drops to $2 because 5-handers are not very good.
Or 5-handers are still good. Killick's still a very good character.
Killick is okay at best.
He's a good character.
Killick is a 6.5 at best.
I think you guys are nuts.
Alright.
I'm excited for you to prove me wrong.
What if it was if your opponent has more foundations than you?
All I'm saying is I think all of these cards, if they left the,
Oh, yeah.
if all of these cards left the game, I'd be down. But I believe that
They
there
can
is
get
a very
fixed.
simple,
Fix.
less than 6-word errata that you could do for
Less
all
than
of
6
these.
words.
Less than a 6-word errata that you could do for all of these and fix them. And the cards would be fair, interesting, fun. It'd all be fine. People wouldn't have to make
Restore
11
Gimbu
attack
to
decks.
glory. Okay, I like it. I like it.
No, absolutely not.
That's not gonna
Cons
happen.
on this.
Absolutely not. As somebody who the only reason I didn't auto lose versus a nightmare whenever he drew double Ginbu was because Ginbu got the errata. I actually have to say that card's not fair. It being a free
that's
being
a
a
card that should
free
be definitely
20
on this
damage
list.
inside of nightmare is totally fine.
There's a card that's not on that list that should be, but it's only because nobody really saw it this weekend.
Go on.
Hellfire Impalement. That card needs to go now.
That's fine.
That card. You're not-
That card needs to exist for a couple more formats and then it can go. All of these cards have existed and haven't Hellfire. If Hellfire Impalement got top 4, I'd be down, but it did not.
It top.
16.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lost in top 16.
Cool. It lost to Rando. Are you kidding me? Rando.
Rando.
It lost to freaking Marco. What?
You can only win when
I don't know
he
about
draws
that.
4 reduction turn 1.
Are you salty? A little bit? What are you guys' thoughts on Worlds? Was the coverage good enough? Were you satisfied? What are your thoughts on a possible ban list or Sam Tate's thing? Make sure that your voice gets heard. Jazzgo can and will and does go out and look at these Facebook posts and polls and so on and so forth. And so make sure you put your word out. Put your voice and make sure that it is heard. So I think I'm gonna call it here. I think we're going to the podcast. We're gonna go to the post show. You can go to your dumb
go
lunch
to
or
lunch.
whatever. Yeah, let's.
Man, I want to talk about my topic. Damn.
That sucks.
It does.
We could spend 15 minutes real quick.
Now, I'll just let you guys know what I was going to think.
All right.
In the post show real fast.
So from
From all of us
From
here.
all of us here.
Thank you very much for watching and stay learned.
Get
Yep.
alert.
Been learned.
Bye.
See you guys.